Greetings, dear viewers, and thank you for watching this video. Today I would like to share with you some ideas on how we can conquer our fears through Stoicism. Fears are an integral part of our lives. They can limit us, prevent us from achieving our goals and experiencing true happiness. However, there is a school of philosophy that helps us overcome these fears and gain inner strength. It is Stoicism. Stoicism is an ancient philosophical system founded in ancient Greece, but its principles remain relevant and influential to this day. The Stoics taught us that our fears are often based on our thoughts and evaluations rather than the reality of events. Stoicism offers us a philosophy of life that helps us accept our destiny and detach ourselves from external events. It teaches us to focus on our inner well-being and to realize that our reactions to events matter more than the events themselves. In this video, we will review the basic principles of Stoicism and provide you with practical tools and tips to help you overcome your fears. We will discuss practices such as death meditation, which helps us realize the frailty of life and the value of each moment. Enjoy the program. How to get rid of the fear of death and learn to appreciate every moment of life. Fear of death is one of the most profound and fundamental fears we can face. It is associated with the unknown and finality of our existence and can cause anxiety, worry, and even panic. However, there are ways that can help us overcome our fear of death and learn to appreciate every moment of life. Explore and accept your mortality. Understanding that death is an integral part of life can help us recognize its inevitability. Explore your thoughts and emotions related to the fear of death and try to accept them. Allow yourself to feel these feelings and express them, for example, through writing or talking to loved ones. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is the mindfulness of the present moment, being aware of our presence and environment. Practicing mindfulness helps us deviate from worrying about the future and focus on the present. It allows us to appreciate every moment of life and enjoy the simple joys it offers. Live according to your values. Identify your values and strive to live according to them. Reflect on what is truly important to you in life and how you can embody those values in your daily experiences. This will help you give meaning to your life and a sense of fulfillment. Show gratitude. Practicing gratitude allows us to see and appreciate what we have in the moment. Every day, notice the small joys and blessings in your life. Write them down in gratitude and realize how they make your life more complete and meaningful. Live in the present. Give up attachment to the past or worrying about the future. Focus on the present moment and what you can do now. Enjoy simple pleasures. Connect with loved ones. Do the things you love. And grow as a person. Getting rid of the fear of death and learning to appreciate every moment of life is a process that takes time, self-exploration, and practice. Be patient with yourself and open yourself to new possibilities and experiences that can lead to a deeper understanding and acceptance of life in its fullness. You shouldn't be afraid of other people's judgment because other people's opinions do not determine your worth. Often we fear the judgment of others because we fear being unaccepted or misjudged. However, the Stoics teach us that our worth and self-determination should come from ourselves. Why? Not from external evaluations. Other people's opinions should not determine our self-esteem and our ability to follow our values. Other people's opinions are often superficial and subjective. When we fear other people's judgment, we often forget that other people's opinions are based on their own biases, expectations, and personal experiences. It can be superficial and subjective, not reflecting a full picture of our personality and values. Stoics encourage us not to become attached to other people's opinions and to stay true to ourselves. How to learn to follow your values with Stoicism. Define your values. The first step in following your values is to determine what is truly important to you in life. Reflect on what you want to achieve and what principles and ideals are meaningful to you. It could be justice, fairness, honesty, compassion, freedom, or any other values you find important. Separate internal and external. The Stoics teach us to separate internal and external events. External events, such as other people's opinions, are beyond our control, and we should not let them determine our self-esteem and values. Instead, we should focus on the inner world, our thoughts, emotions, and actions that we can control. Examine the opinion from the perspective of rationality. When we encounter judgment or criticism, the Stoics urge us to examine the opinion from the perspective of rationality. Ask yourself questions. Is the opinion based on fact or prejudice? Is it constructive or destructive? Is this opinion consistent with my values and beliefs? Practice meditation and mindfulness. Meditation and mindfulness practices help us to detach ourselves from external evaluations and focus on our inner experience. This allows us to see our values and make decisions based on them instead of submitting to external pressures. Be consistent and authentic. Following your values requires consistency and authenticity. Be true to your principles, even if it brings disapproval or criticism from others. Choose actions that are consistent with your values and be willing to accept responsibility for them. Stoicism offers a philosophy and tools to help us overcome our fear of judgment and follow our values. Practicing Stoicism can help us develop the inner strength and wisdom to make our own decisions and live according to our true values. Making sense of and taking control of your fear. Using Stoic philosophy involves the following steps. Sort out your thoughts and evaluations. The Stoics teach us that our emotions and fears are related to our thoughts and evaluations of situations. Examine your thoughts that cause fear and ask yourself questions. How rational are these thoughts? Are there alternative ways of looking at the situation? Breaking down our fear into its components will help us understand it better and begin to control it. Distinguish between internal and external. The Stoics teach us to distinguish between internal and external events. External events, such as death or failure, are beyond our control, and we should not let them determine our emotions and fears. Instead, we can focus on our inner world, our thoughts, emotions, and reactions that we can control. Practice meditation and mindfulness. Meditation and mindfulness practices help us detach from our fears and emotions and focus on the present moment. They teach us to be mindful of our thoughts and emotions, but not to become attached to them. Practicing meditation and mindfulness helps us develop observation and the ability to separate ourselves from our fears. Apply the principles of Stoicism. Stoicism offers a number of principles and practices that can help us take control of our fears. Some of these include distinguishing between our inner and outer worlds and focusing on what we can control, our inner state and reactions, examining our thoughts and evaluations in terms of rationality and logic. Stoics encourage us to seek alternative explanations and perspectives, practicing acceptance and coming to terms with the inevitability of events. Stoics teach us to accept what is beyond our power, to change and to focus our energy on what we can control. The practice of gratitude and consciously living in the moment. Stoics encourage us to appreciate what we have in the moment and find joy in the simple things. This helps us focus on the positive aspects of life and reduce fears and anxieties. Study Stoic success stories. Studying the success stories of Stoics and people who apply Stoic principles can inspire and motivate us. Learn about how people have used Stoicism to overcome their fears and achieve great things. This can help us see that Stoicism is not only a theory, but also a practical tool for overcoming fears and achieving inner harmony. It is important to note that overcoming fears takes time, practice, and patience. Stoicism is a philosophy that develops and strengthens with practice. Gradually apply the principles of Stoicism to your life and notice changes in your attitude toward fear. Be patient with yourself and remember that you possess the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and reactions to fear. Self-belief plays an important role in overcoming fears. For several reasons. Increased confidence. When we believe in our strengths, we develop confidence in ourselves and our abilities. This helps us face challenges and overcome fears, because we realize that we have the resources and abilities to solve problems. Motivation to take action. Believing in our abilities motivates us to take action. When we believe that we are capable of handling challenges and overcoming fears, we are more inclined to take the necessary steps to achieve our goals. Believing in our own strength gives us the energy and motivation to overcome obstacles. Strengthening positive thinking. Believing in our strengths helps us develop positive thinking. When we believe in our ability to cope, we tend to see opportunities, not just obstacles. Positive thinking helps us maintain an optimistic attitude and view fears as challenges rather than inevitable failures. Overcoming the fear of failure. Believing we are capable helps us overcome our fear of failure. When we believe we are capable of meeting challenges and overcoming obstacles, we don't fear failure as much. We see failure as a temporary event and an opportunity for growth and learning, rather than as ultimate failure. Developing resilience. Believing in one's own strengths promotes the development of resilience, the ability to recover from difficulties and stressful situations. When we believe in our ability to cope, we are more flexible and adaptable to change and surprises. Resilience helps us to overcome fears more effectively and return to a state of psychological well-being. Self-belief does not mean that we have to be unconditionally certain of our success in all situations. It means that we believe in our ability to meet challenges and find solutions. Self-belief is an internal attitude that supports us in the process of overcoming fears and achieving our goals. Accepting life's challenges and turning them to our advantage. These are important skills that can help us grow and develop. Here are some approaches that can be helpful. Change your attitude. Try to change your attitude toward trials by seeing them as opportunities for growth and development. Instead of seeing them as obstacles, look at them as challenges that will help you become stronger and wiser. Find lessons and opportunities for growth, instead of focusing on the negative aspects of adversity. Try to find lessons to be learned from it and opportunities for personal growth. Each trial can be a lesson that helps you better understand yourself and the world around you. Develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to adapt to change and overcome challenges. Develop this skill by learning to adapt to new situations and find ways to overcome adversity. Remember that each time you overcome challenges, you become more resilient. Turn to support. Don't hesitate to turn to the support of others when you are struggling. Share your feelings and thoughts with trusted friends, family, or professionals who can help you through challenges and find solutions. Practice self-humility. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-humility and controlling your emotions. Practice mindfulness and the ability to remain calm during trials. This will help you accept the situation and make rational decisions. Remember that accepting adversity and turning it to your advantage is a process that takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and strive for constant growth and development. Inner freedom, according to the teachings of Epictetus, is one of the central concepts of Stoic philosophy. It represents a state in which we are freed from the influence of external circumstances and retain the freedom to choose our reaction to them. This means that our inner freedom does not depend on external conditions, but is determined by our inner world and our attitude to events. To achieve inner freedom according to Epictetus, it is important to internalize and apply the following principles. Distinguishing between things we control and those that are beyond our control. Epictetus taught that we cannot control external events such as the weather, other people's opinions, or unexpected circumstances. However, we can always control our thoughts, watch emotions, and reactions to these events. Therefore, focus on what is up to you and don't waste energy on what you can't change. Accepting inevitability and imperfection. Epictetus emphasized the importance of accepting inevitability and imperfection in life. He taught that some things in life are inevitable and that the world is imperfect. Accepting this will help you let go of the desire for control and perfection and focus on what really matters. Practice sound judgment. Epictetus emphasized the importance of sound judgment regarding events and people. He taught that it is not the events themselves that affect us, but our judgments about those events. Therefore, strive to look at situations objectively and avoid getting attached to subjective distortions. Develop the ability to see things as they are, without bringing in your own prejudices and biases. Practice renunciation. Renunciation is the ability to let go of our desires and attachments to things that are beyond our control. Practice some form of detachment. Realize Achieving inner freedom requires constant practice and self-observation. Be aware of your thoughts, emotions, and reactions, and try to apply the principles of Stoicism in your daily life. Gradually develop new habits and ways of thinking that will help you free yourself from the influence of external circumstances and maintain inner freedom. Inner freedom is a process that takes time and effort. However, practicing Stoic principles can help you free yourself from the influence of external circumstances and achieve inner freedom, leading to a more harmonious and peaceful life. In our discussion, we discussed the importance of self-belief and its role in overcoming fears and challenges in life. We came to the conclusion that self-belief helps us to increase self-confidence, push motivation for action, and develop positive thinking. It also helps us overcome fear of failure and develop resilience. However, self-belief does not mean unconditional confidence in success. Rather, it is a belief in one's ability to cope with difficulties and find solutions. Believing in our strengths motivates us to take action and helps us to see opportunities instead of obstacles. We also discussed that Stoic philosophy can help in overcoming fears, especially through separating internal and external events, and focusing on what we can control, and practicing meditation and mindfulness. The principles of Stoicism help us develop inner freedom and strengthen ourselves in the face of life's challenges. Self-belief helps us to overcome fears, develop confidence and motivation, and develop positive thinking and resilience. It helps us realize that we can control our thoughts and reactions to external events, and enjoy every moment of life by overcoming our fears and living in accordance with our true values. Therefore, I invite you to use the principles of Stoicism and self-belief in your life to overcome your fears and achieve true well-being. Be courageous, overcome obstacles, and strive for inner freedom. In conclusion, inner freedom and the principles of Stoicism play an important role in our lives. They help us to free ourselves from the influence of external circumstances and maintain the freedom to choose our response to events, believing in our own strength and practicing. Stoic principles help us to overcome fears, develop confidence and motivation, and develop positive thinking and resilience. Self-belief does not mean unconditional certainty of success, but rather a belief in one's ability to cope and find solutions. It motivates us to take action and helps us to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Self-belief helps us realize that we can control our thoughts and reactions to external events, and enjoy every moment of life by overcoming our fears and living in accordance with our true values. Stoic philosophy, in turn, offers us the tools to overcome our fears and develop inner freedom through separating inner and outer events, focusing on what we can control, and practicing meditation and mindfulness. We can strengthen our inner freedom and achieve a more harmonious life. Therefore, I invite you to utilize the principles of Stoicism and self-belief in your life. Overcome your fears, develop confidence and motivation, and live in accordance with your true values. Remember that inner freedom and self-belief help us to overcome fears, develop resilience, and enjoy every moment of life. Be courageous, overcome obstacles, and strive for true well-being. Thank you for joining us. And remember that you have the power to change your life and achieve inner freedom.